Well, time for another streams again as usual. And what happened, dude? You were in the backstage and you were not there anymore. What happened?
I don't know. Technology just threw me into the broadcast section of StreamYard. Us. Yep. I don't know what he just did with technology. It was odd.
Well, as always, technology is weird. So, what are you doing today, though, Mr. Roy?
Not much.
Planning world domination as always?
No, that'd be you.
Nah. Probably invasion of America.
I'd
Well,
be
that
open
would
for it if you could take over the White House and kick Biden's fucking ass out.
Okay.
Okay, someone woke up on the wrong side of the bed today.
Yeah, kick him out from the window is like, and like kick him out like you say, Biden, you're done. You deserve to be in jail with your your little pal Trump. No, Donald Trumpet.
I was gonna say Donald Trombone. Trombone? No, that's the one that's like what? They use it every time he says something because everything he says is a joke. Wow, okay. This is an interesting way to start the stream.
Well, I did see there was another character named. There was actually a parody of Donald Trump. Let's see if I remember it.
Wonder what it is. Donald Rump. No.
Wait. This was actually I did know this from. Well, this is from Rocco's Modern Life. Um. Donald Trump. F. Instead for T, it's an F. Trump.
Huh.
Donald Trump. And he's been depicted as a white elephant.
Hey.
Yep. And he is even flirting with Bev Bighead, Rocco's neighbor. Did you guys even watch Rocco's Modern Life by any chance?
I've heard of it, but I haven't watched it yet. It's on Paramount Plus, though.
Well, they actually did make a TV special series about it. After 20 years, something like that. It was the first announced. Yeah, they actually made an announcement about 2016, but it was released on Netflix 2019. All I know that I hadn't even seen much of myself because only parts of it. But well, I've seen Rocco and his two friends, Heifer, a Bull, and what is his name again? Come on. Seriously? Filbert, a turtle, they were actually in space for 20 years after Rocco's home was actually hit by a rocket. They were sent in space for 20 years and returned. Well, they were discovered a lot of things that changed. They have energy drinks that was made of nuclear energy apparently, and they have cell phones that came out new model almost every single minute, which were um yeah. And so Rocco's Modern Life, Static Cling, what is it called, the TV special. I was like, okay. I mean, I did watch uh, original Rocco's Modern Life from those on TV for many years, but this was around in the early '90s, and some of the comments that was criticizing is that they were trying to bring back Ren and Stimpy type of franchise, but there were even some religious groups that wanted to have the time to, when it was aired on the broadcast on TV, to move it from to a different time zone, to the different time. But it didn't work. Yeah, so there are a few episodes in the series that actually kind of stand out quite well to me. Um, but it was actually a good show. You know, some of the creators of that show was actually the one that later made Phineas and Ferb. Same guys.
Hmm.
And that's actually cool though, because but they made it a team special. They even brought back all the same cast to the new movie, and it worked. I mean, I wouldn't be surprised if there would be a revival of the series again. I mean, they did kind of that with Rugrats, unlike more as CGI version. I hadn't even seen it yet, so um, they did that with what else? iCarly, more as adult themed, where one sadly Sam is no longer in a part of this of the show. From what I heard, well, they mentioned that she is actually out traveling around with a bike gang. So, I mean, the most funniest of iCarly, it was probably when Freddie met her twin sister. Yeah, they were completely opposite. Sam, she was really, well, outgoing, really had no problems to cause problems for the people. But her twin sister were more like the girly type, like in dresses, all that. Of course, Freddie didn't believe it was actually there were any twin sisters. I would have been shocked if there were three.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know.
I assume your brother told you about um, the insane place in Vegas.
Oh yeah, we watched that video. Yeah,
Oh my
God.
god. Oh boy, don't let
I
me.
know exactly which one you're talking about too. The Jesus.
Yeah. If a lot of viewers have no idea what I'm talking about, there is this restaurant in Las Vegas called Heart Attack Grill. Um, Heart Attack Grill is how about to say it is an orthodox type of fast food restaurant, but it's only on one location. Truly though, Heart Attack Grill, which the name itself sounds like it, is actually has been actually literally caused heart attacks to several of its customers. And in fact, several of the customers of this particular restaurant had died in it, and it's still operational. And even my girlfriend, at least a game guy told me before yesterday, it was no longer, it was shut down. Um, but
Well, I
then
thought
Fi
it
got
was,
this,
but
yeah, and Fi got this. She showed me a screenshot of it. It's still up, it's still operational. I was like, this is insane. I mean, considering how this place had, I mean, they had their unofficial spokesperson he was 52 years old, and he died in the front of the doors of the building, waiting for a bus of a heart attack. And when he died, he was cremated, and they even have his ashes still on display in this particular location. What in the world made them even to do so? And and I'm surprised that most people, some of the families, had even made some sort of legal actions towards this place. Considering how bad it is, but the name, I mean, considering that a number of people literally died of heart attacks, and a number of other people did actually suffer from heart attacks, but did survive. And despite how bad I mean, this should have been, I mean, this should have been bad publication for the restaurant business at all. And in fact, the restaurant owner actually had this location on two different locations before. First one in Arizona, another one was in Dallas 1 month later. But the first one in Arizona, it was closed down after their official spokesperson, who was only 29 years old, died. I mean, Heart Attack Grill in Las Vegas is a death threat. It's a death threat. It's literally a death threat.
Heart Attack Grill.
I mean, it's like, is it? I mean, it's literally a death trap. I mean, you had to be, if you weigh 350 pounds or perhaps even more, you can eat for free there. And I was like, what? And they even can spank some of their own customers, and even allowed parents to smoke unfiltered cigarettes, and even give candy cigarettes to children at this particular location. I mean, why would anyone want to even go to this place where a number of people had died of heart attacks and it is still inoperational? It's insane. I mean, I mean, it is unworldly. I mean, I had no idea how this is even possible. This place can still be in much operational, despite how many deaths have been in this place and how many has suffered. And especially now, how in that they can even serve. Okay, one of the burgers had patties, which all of them together were the weight of 8.5 pounds. That is insane. One burger could have up to as 20,000 calories. And how to say, nothing on the menu is even healthy. The fries are called flatliners fries. And the burgers is like, I can only imagine that one of the burgers I did notice had actually around, I believe it was either 8 or 9 hamburger patties in it. And it's insane. Like I told your brother earlier, though, if someone actually would try to build that type of place here in Sweden, it would not have been built, would not have been opened. I mean, what if like the other places like Burger King or McDonald's, if they did the same thing, they would have been immediately been shut down. And in fact, a lot of people wouldn't even go to those places anymore, and they would be shut down also. So I ask you this, Roy, which place is more healthier, McDonald's or Heart Attack Grill?
Oh God, McDonald's.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I'd rather going to McDonald's or even Burger King, but rather than going to a restaurant where you can actually have a heart attack. It's really insane. Oh, I mean, first, why would you want to go to one place that you can literally suffer from a heart attack? And I don't know if this place can be so addictive to that you want to have more and more and more and more of it. It's it's just like clearly it's just showing anyone who goes there is a potential victim will end up being caused a heart attack. And like I told your brother, what if that those people who actually died, what if they actually had to have their been had to be cremated and their ashes had to remain at this place as some form of display for the people? Which, but I seriously doubt that's it's even happening otherwise. But you still is a death. It is literally causing death. I mean, I'd rather go to McDonald's or even Burger King for once. I would. I mean, I would try even I don't know KFC, which is only one in my hometown. Not that far from here, though, but still. Uh, if I want to try Taco Bell, well, the closest to Sweden is on Iceland for some reason.
Yeah, here's a stupid question though, Kyle. You think that Lewis would be able to? No, he wouldn't be able to. I know. The Lewis is a lot of things, and his stomach is like made out of freaking titanium. But even he knows when to say when, and there's no way he can handle that.
Oh yeah,
Shit they have
definitely.
over there.
Yeah, I mean, even if you were the strongest person or you have a very strong stomach, and I mean, eating a burger that is 20,000 calories and even a burger patties up to like almost between 8 and 10 pounds or even more, seriously, is a death trap. It's a trap of you can kill yourself. Is it really worth it going there, maybe eating some of the burgers? But here's the thing: they don't even have that size of every single burgers. Some of the burgers on the menu looks like more like a normal size burger, but others are like oh my compared to normal one to the like a skyscraper. But even like a single patty burger is still unhealthy one. But that one is probably better than those giant burgers. That's just insane. Oh boy. You know, I mean, I was never even imagine how the things that place was even despite the owner had been confronted to shut down his operation, but nope, he still refused. I am surprised that this place hasn't even opened for multiple different locations throughout the United States. This place is actually happened. It was actually opened 2005, 18 years ago. I was like, the doctor, the waiters are dressed as doctors. Nurses are the waitress, and customers are dressed with the patient gown. Literally, I just, I mean, I can just, I would probably go to try some of the traditional American food places like a diner or restaurants like that, but that place, heck no. I mean, I wanted to live. I didn't want to kill myself upon that. No, thank you. The rather that I haven't, the rather that my great grandfather died of heart attack years ago. That's just no thanks. um, and Kyle, do you notice that Dashi was no longer doing his stream?
I did notice that. Yes.
Yeah, I did check on that before I started the stream, and it's no longer there. Um, for some of my viewers, even though no one is looking at the moment, but um, Dashi has been following this YouTuber, Scribbler Productions, who makes comic dubs of MLP fan makes works. Um, But sadly, her channel is on the brink of being terminated. Turned out someone actually had been using her real life info, and she thinks it could have been her ex stalker, but she isn't really sure. Because she put it in a video yesterday that she didn't want to start accusing this person if it is her former stalker. And it turned out she's not the only one that's been affected by this. A number of other YouTube channels had also been affected because of her. And if those channels be shut down, hers will be shut down because this person has been using her real life info. And you may ask, why didn't she even try to contact YouTube or even anything about this? Well, she has. She actually tried to reach out to YouTube's office on an island, and even tried to contact YouTube on Twitter, and even this counter, because some of her videos were removed because of copyright strike. But she sent in one of those counterclaim, and those videos was brought back. And Scribbler, she had been affected by this so much lately that her channel is on the risk of being terminated, along a few others. And I can understand how. And despite how many times she had reached out to help support all from YouTube, but the most of the help she got is pre-programmed responses from bots. And after she tried, those conversation ends and the bot stops talking. So there's not much that she can do herself. So she had, in the interview that I saw yesterday, had actually requested by people to help her with this issue, to reach out to YouTube on Twitter. And she said if multiple people having asked them about this problem, it's very likely that they will listen to them if for a large gather of people rather than just one single person. And I can understand actually from why he's worried. Scribbler has actually been a great YouTuber, and in fact, all she had done for the entire time she has been there, she's dubbing comics that fans had made, and even done some. Well, all she's done is hilarious works. And having someone is threatening to have her channel shut down, it's unlikely. I have no words. It's really crazy to be that. And I can understand from Scribbler's words that she's going to lose all her work and all of her 400,000 subscribers and all her works that she had done for the past few years. I mean, Scribbler Productions had been a huge part of the community within the Brony community. In fact, I'm one of her subscribers, and I have been watching some of her comic dubs, and they're funny. I have no idea how things would react. And even I had actually a direct comment from Scribbler once. I actually made a love story based on her OC with her former fiance's, her former boyfriend's OC. And she did comment in the video that they were no longer together, which I wasn't aware of. Well, I did ask her in the comments, another comment, if she wanted to have them removed. But she never answered that, so it still remains. I mean, I can understand how many people actually done this. I mean, having people being targeted from I don't like this. In fact, a few years ago, something similar happened, well, kind of in a way, to another friend of mine. Um, she had her channel and she was bullied. Constant bullying by someone on YouTube. Putting a lot of nasty comments on hers, and let's say I was furious. But eventually, the person stopped. Even I had received sometimes comments on different videos there. Well, there was some like nasty comments, but there were like links to like sex dating sites. I was like, are you kidding me? Another one, another one. Having comments that is a direct link to some sort of a dating sites that is about sexual affairs. I mean, come on. Why would anyone even put those in my videos? Well, only thing I did, I reported that, and they were gone. But I haven't even seen any of those in quite a while now. So still, it's incredible how dangerous that can have been. You may think that YouTube is a peaceful place that no one actually can be harassed or even bullied.
Nope.
Oh yeah, that's true. You can be harassed and even bullied on YouTube, no matter where you're going. For instance, YouTube is actually is a social media because it has functions like similar to from social media. That's like comments section, even chatting like that. So it's considered as social media. I was really surprised at that, though. But if if one of my friends could have been bullied so badly on YouTube only a few years ago, she was actually on the brink of her just quit YouTube because shut down her channel, delete it. But it never happened, though, thankfully. But what I'm trying to say is, no matter where you are, you can still be harassed by anyone. Um, I mean, you can be harassed by on the phone, like someone can call you constantly until you can just block the number. But if it's an unknown caller, yeah, that's a little bit trickier to do, even since you can't literally, from what I heard, you can't block those type of numbers. Um, Catfishing, though, is another problem. I mean, even suspected that Fire Goddess was a catfish in originally from the very start. And I don't blame her from being that I don't call her as a catfish, and she understands that because I did tell her that she knows about it. Um, because one of the reason why I thought that is, well, when we start talking, I did see her Facebook account, and she had some pictures of her of herself like at home and some at some wedding that she went to a few years ago. Um, and I was like, it's very common for catfish to use multiple pictures of a person. And well, when I first saw her in the FaceTime, that okay, it works. She is the one who she claims to be. But the classic catfish is a person that has probably only a few or a handful of people as friends. Let's say like between 30 or maybe as 80 people. That is a classic sign also as uh, catfish, or some like some people would say. I mean, some actually can have around between as I don't know 500 or even as 2,000 friends or so. But me, I don't even have 100 friends. I have around maybe as 50 plus friends. I only add those that I really think are truly friends. That is someone I personally know, and someone actually that I went to school with. But sometimes I really talk to them. Whew. Well, even though in the beginning I was really hesitating to get Facebook, but I did it anyway. So um, I know that you guys don't have any social media, right?
Well, for me, other than Discord, no, and email.
Well,
Yeah,
email
I
is
got
not.
email, so.
Well, email doesn't count. They don't count as
In
social
that
media
case, I don't think I have anything.
unless you actually get Discord.
I keep trying, but it's just not working for me. It's just like, oh, you need to do this and do that, and it's just like, oh.
Mm. Have you guys ever heard of Charles Lindbergh by any chance?
No. Oh,
Oh, oh, jeez! How can you not heard of the first man who flew over from America to Paris in one single flight, non-stop?
oh my God! What the fuck? I know of I know about him, but I didn't know his name.
Yeah, and he's even known for something else. Charles Augustus Lindbergh Jr. Charles Lindbergh's 20-month-old son was abducted from his crib at their home and was killed.
What? Um.
Yeah, this was actually a very strong case back in 1932 when Charles Lindbergh's son, Jr., born 1930, he was only like 20 months old when he was taken from his crib from their own home in New Jersey, and he was found by a truck driver on a nearby road, and he was dead. They found Charles Lindbergh's sons on the side of the road, and the man was a German immigrant, which they executed upon a chair. But do you know, though he was not, even though he lost one son or one child, he still had a number of others. Guess how many he had total?
Hmm.
Any ideas how many kids that he had?
I don't know. 5,
Nope, more than that.
8,
More,
16,
less,
10,
more.
13.
Bingo.
That's just a bad luck number.
Yeah, I
Imagine
knew
if
that
he
he
had
had.
okay. Imagine if he had those 13 kids on Friday the 13th.
Oh,
Oh, yikes! Yeah, that'd be some.
Yeah, but I knew that he had at least one son, the one that was kidnapped, but I didn't know how many total until I looked it up just before the stream. I was like, 13.
oh boy.
And Charles Lindbergh, he was actually, let's see here. He was born in America in Detroit, actually, but his parents were actually born. Uh, uh, he's actually a Swedish American. His parents was born in Sweden, and they actually migrated to Melrose, Minnesota. One of them was actually as an infant, but still, it's knowing one of the most daring pilots who actually did this. And there was actually one woman who actually was inspired by Charles Lindbergh's trip. Um, that was actually Emilia Earhart. Even to this day, no one knows what's actually happened to her either, because she flew over from the United States to Europe non-stop. But then she may decide to make another flight. She flew all the way from. She actually flew from California. No, she flew from New York, and she was about to flying around the equator, around the globe, and back. She had this plane, an Electra. It had been modified so they can have larger fuel tanks. So she and her navigator friend Nolan, they flew. They flew the plane as normal, but the thing is, what happened is that no one knows. In the 1939 or 38, just before the, I believe it was around 1939 when she vanished. No one exactly don't know what happened. She said on the radio that she was low on fuel. She was going to attempt to land on an island, and there were actually a Navy ship in the area. And according to this, there's how she was described. She was about to fly above them, but none of the crew never saw the plane. And then suddenly, the signal was completely gone. So they searched the island that she was attempted to land on. Nothing, no trace. So they turned to other islands in the vicinity. Same thing, no answer, no trace whatsoever. But it wasn't until like some years later, after the Second World War was half over, some pilot claimed that found some remains of a plane, and even some human remains and others on an island. So those remains were taken to Fiji, and there they were being described as being a male. But the later looks turned out to be a female. And, well, despite that, no one knows what happened. I mean, the Navy pulled one of the biggest search in the modern history, well, in the 1930s, but no trace whatsoever. Some people believe that the plane crashed in the ocean and resting somewhere on the bottom. And no one knows. Some believe that maybe that Fred and Emilia actually had fallen in love with each other and decided to elope, but she was married and her husband was actually still at home. So one of the theories that they decided to just ran off. They decided to use this as a cover so they can land somewhere and live in peace as a couple. But since the plane has never been found, despite how many ideas of that, some of the theory was that she was working for the government and this around the world trip was actually as a cover for the spying on the Japanese. And that she was eventually shut down and captured by them and, well, executed. One of the most common other theories is that she was taken by aliens, which inspired, in fact, an episode of Star Trek Voyager, where she and among many other people was actually taken by a group of aliens, and they brought to another planet. Um, and this was still around in the year 2372, I believe. And even Emilia was still alive, even that age, in that year. But she was put in some sort of suspended animation, like stasis, along many others. So um, they later turned out that she was actually working for the government and that she was sent to spy on the Japanese. But that was only like this was only fictional as a part of the theory, but it had never confirmed. And frankly, though, I don't think we ever will find out what happened to Emilia Earhart and her navigator. Have you guys ever heard of a raft known as Kontiki?
No.
I would not have been surprised though, since but you know about Easter Island?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Kontiki expedition was actually in 1947. Um, there was this theory that oh, Cody is here, the dragon. And the theory that the Polynesian islands were colonized by people from somewhere in island, and they settled by canoes or long ships. But it had never been proven. Like they there were some species that suspect that maybe like Tahiti, Fiji, and many other Asia countries settled by Polynesians. So a Norwegian man called Thor Heyerdahl, he actually made a craft named Kontiki, and he traveled from one particular place to another, and it proven that it was actually possible. And he was even on on Easter Island to help the people there to prove how the native people could have had built one of those giant statues and how they transport it. Because the native ancestors they didn't even have the knowledge of the wheel. But there was one actually common technique that basically even the Vikings used. They pull the ships on land by having logs under it. So that technique did the native Easter Islands also did. That people actually even used they even developed a script or writing system, but unfortunately it hasn't been deciphered, or there hasn't been deciphered, so no one knows what it actually says. And I believe it was James Cook, a famous British sailor and explorer. When he came to the island on Easter, yeah, apparently they have to name the island on what it was Easter. They the native people actually was so impressed of the sailors' hats. So they were even took some. They happened that they grabbed the hats from the sailors, and the natives. They even offered some of the women to them as a gift. Some could even be younger as 14 or 13 years old. But the sailors they refused to even take that as an offer. Because in as James Cook wrote in his journal or in his diary about this, because they was they felt repulsed that the Navy people wouldn't even offered such young girls to his men, so they declined the offer. And yeah, but I do say this: Easter Island is an impressive place. In fact, there's still one of many of those moai or those statues still along in their construction place. which has in some may had already been complete, finished to being just to being transported. Others was as in a start in start of the process. Others for maybe is halfway through. And this another thing. The island, it only gets uh, every single week or every month a plane comes to the island with some supplies to the stores. If the plane doesn't arrive with just in 1 month, the people will starve because that fast how low the population or how fast the low supplies will run out. Because the people can't grow anything on the island. Most of the original plants have been gone because the island is belonged to Chile as a country in South America, and they literally rented out the island to Scottish farmers to have as a feeding ground for the sheep. And that's insane. But despite that, those giant statues are impressive work. And these people, they actually made this with stone tools, no metals. Despite they were probably in the around the time of Iron Age or even Bronze Age, but they used stone tools. Same thing when the people in England when they made Stonehenge. Of course, Stonehenge was all of the impressive stone monument we've seen today wasn't built in this all together as just one time. It was built in several phases. The last one we did can see is the last result. And what Stonehenge was even made for or even used for, no one knows. Some people believe that it was used as to watch the solar solstice or summer solstice or other type of observatory or even some sort of ritual place for the druids, ancient Celtic priests. Who knows? And it is like the pyramids. No one knows exactly even how the Egypts even built those. Yeah, well, how actually? Some believe that there are aliens who built them. uh, Brony's here. About time. Brony, you're a little bit late than usual. uh, um, yeah, Cody, I can tell you this. I know actually a slight more information about the next update about this. It's gonna be 2 more chapters and 2 more special feature movies. I found out on Google actually, but they never actually put exactly when they will be released. But at least that they will be released this year. But exact when, no idea. But I will suspect maybe May or June. I believe it was sometimes in the summer times the new chapters will be released. Um, I know at least one thing. The brothers are not Star Wars fans. Am I right?
Nope.
Um,
Well, no, we're not Star Wars fans. You are correct. I probably should have.
well, Cody, who knows? Maybe Spike might appear in G5, or maybe, who knows? Uh, Sunny actually has a plushie, a stuffed animal shaped as Baby Spike, like Baby Dragon Spike. She does. Um, Cody, are you a Star Wars fan by any chance? Uh, have you heard of any potential new Star Wars movies gonna be released? Or do I have something to tell you? It is at least 9 new movies that they plan to be released within the next several
9?
years. Total 9. But those are not going to be taking place from only one that I know is going to take place after episode 9. And I don't know if this going to be count as episode 10. I don't know. But that one will be, it is 2 more of that one. In the first of the new Free trilogy, Rey will return in the new movie. And this one, actually, in the last one they made, took place around 35 ABY. But in the new one, it's going to take place as 50 ABY. It's like 15 years later. And in fact, based on what I'm trying to find out, Rey has started a new Jedi Academy. And she herself is about 35 years old. And, well, that's all I know. They hadn't even released the exact year that's going to be released or anything else. But I only have one suspicious that the former stormtrooper of the First Order, Finn, will be among her first students, because it turned out he's force sensitive, like herself. But I can't say certainly about when that particular movie is going to be released. But there's one movie, Star Wars Rogue Squadron. That one is going to be released, I believe it's 2025 or 2027. And another one of the Star Wars movies is going to focus on the old Jedi Order, but it's not during the first. This is actually going to take place around 25,000 BBY, so like 25,000 years before the movies even had original start. But when that movie is going to be released, no one knows. Of all the 9 movies that they had been published on Wikipedia, actually, apparently they named after Wookiees. Yeah, so they were so all the movies aren't going to be taking place around in after episode 9 in a line afterwards. And so the other movies that's going to be made, well, it's hard to say exactly which. At least one of them is going to take place thousands of years before the movies. Some might be taking place after the movies. Might take place around, I don't know, maybe one of the movies might take place, at least one of them is going to take place after Rise of Skywalker. But I suspect that Rogue Squadron movie might have a clue. It might be involved between 4th and 6th movie. Hence the name Rogue Squadron, because they were a squadron in a Rebel Alliance called Rogue Squadron, which Luke was part of. But I can't say for certain if that's going to be about that, but if it's going to take place. Because I actually heard that there were supposed to be new movies, a new trilogy series that it's going to be taking part, jump in between episode 1 and 9. So I don't know if there's going to be about those movies or not, because most of the movies has even given a title yet. But one of the movies is actually going to be produced by a person that had recently produced an episode for The Mandalorian season 3. And I'm actually surprised to see how that's going to be released, because the one that Rey will appear in, I wasn't even aware of that. It was actually my own dad who told me about it. I was like, whoa. I was like, I wouldn't be surprised he did somehow continued the Star Wars saga with either be book series or even comic book series. But still, I wouldn't have been surprised if they did, but sure enough they are. And I mean, I wouldn't have been surprised it actually is that Finn will be one of Rey's new students at the new academy. But from which planet that she will start to do the new academy. Well, I wouldn't say for certain about that. I mean, since the original home planet of the Jedi Order was not even Titan, which is in Legends, but in canon is actually Acto, the same planet that Luke self-exiled himself to. And all that, when Luke were on the planet throughout those years after his order was destroyed, he wasn't aware of Han Solo's being killed by his own son, and he wasn't even aware of those billions of life destroyed by when the planets in the system of Starkiller Base destroyed. He had cut him off himself from the Force, despite despite the Force was penning through him. He was surrounded by the Force, but he had cut off from it. So he was not aware of what's been happening in the galaxy for a part of a decade. And even Luke, he became a ghost, like his sister. And the same planet where Luke actually had his first academy was still much intact. Well, ruins actually, until I believe it was between 34 and 35 ABY when Ben Solo, aka Kylo Ren, actually went back there hoping to find his uncle's Force ghost. But he did. So he ordered an overboard bombardment from space to destroy the remaining of the ruins. But that only appeared in comic books, so but I mean, I am impressed that it is going to be another number of movies of the Star Wars. It's like, see here, if I can actually found Rogue Squadron. Yeah, Rogue Squadron of Star Wars. What? Okay. I can tell this Rogue Squadron is actually going to be released 2023 this year. So this will be the first movie since 2019. But they had even, I believe they actually had released some clips, actually some trailers of this on YouTube. But it had even, it doesn't say on Wikipedia exactly what it's going to be about. It only says that the story will introduce a new generation of starfighter pilots as they earn their wings and risk their lives and a boundary pushing high-speed thrill ride in the galaxy in a future era. And normally, when you are looking on some books or movies on Wikipedia, they always had added in this column when this movie or a book which year it taking place. But this one hasn't that yet. But I suspect that might be more later on in after this later year. But it's being released. See, Christmas 2023 actually, and it says on in a category, future films. Only untitled Star Wars film 2025 to 2027. One is going to be made by Dave Filoni, one of the directors. Someone named James Mangold, Kevin Feige, Sharmeen Obaid Choni, I believe, and one is named Taika Waititi, if I'm pronouncing that name right. So at least about 9 new movies are going to be made. At least 3 known. One is going to be released this year. Another one is going to be released in 2 years. Another one from 3 years. I wasn't really much expecting this going to be happening, but I mean, considering at least that Star Wars had a huge fan base, And I mean, who knows? And especially the one that's going to be taking place about Star Wars in this the Jedi Order's original start. I suspect it might be taking place on Acto, and that scene for those island is actually taking place in England, and those places actually real old buildings. I really have no idea exactly when are those new movies going to be taking place, but um, who knows? But so far, though, at least you can actually still been watching the original movies and some of the others on Netflix, Disney Plus, actually. Cody, have you seen The Mandalorian by any chance? Yeah, this gonna actually it's actually on the next week. It's actually the last episode of season 3, but they even had made season 4 already. Well, in the script, all, but um, what's happening in the season 3? Well, let's say the Mandalorians has been scattered the galaxy, but they're once again united and trying to reclaim Mandalore after the Empire turned into glass. Like it, wow, just. But there turned out to were survivors on the planet already. Well, the thing is, if you were on the planet's surface, you couldn't communicate with the ships in orbit. There was this type of disturbance in the atmosphere, so any tries, they will be blocked. So no attempt to do that. um, at least I wonder. I do think that both Roy and Game Guy has seen Baby Yoda. Have you?
I mean, you send gifs of him all the time on Discord, so yes.
Yeah, well, that's Grogu. So,
What? I don't know. I'm assuming it's a baby version of Yoda.
yeah, but it isn't. There's actually his name is actually Grogu. Um, well, like I said, this his human Mandalorian guardian. He's, I believe he's around what's gonna be? Come on, let's see. Come on, computer, please work for once. Here we go. Let's see. He's about 28. Well, he's in his late 20s to early 30s. Well, Grogu, he is, I believe, he is about at least 20 years older. He's 50 years old. Despite looking as an infant, its species age slowly. This is despite that they have 900 years as a lifespan. So he doesn't even talk either. Kinda immortality though, Cody. But to be honest, even like the Wookiees, Chewbacca, they live for 400 years. And the Separatist commander Dirge, the one who's looked like have tentacles as arms and he can actually rebuild himself. His kind live for between 4 and 7,000 years. But according to the list in Expanded Universe, aka Legends, the Sarlacc that Luke were being threatened being kicked into in on Tatooine has 20 years as lifespan. Of course, there are other Jedi's out there or species that has around several hundred years, or even as 1,000 years. One Star Wars Jedi species called Neti has 5,000 years. And they can actually spend several hundred years in hibernation in the ground because they aren't in fact even humanoid in shape otherwise. They don't even require food to even survive. All they need sunlight and water. They are in fact a plant-based life form, intelligent life. So, um, how about this idea though? I mean, I heard that that we humans can live up to well, like 120 years, something like that. But some scientists may suspect that we might be able to live as I don't know 150 years. But one person claimed that we might be even to live as 1,000 years. What is your guys' opinion about that? Do you think that's even possible?
I don't know, maybe.
Well, assuming if it is possible, would you even want to live for 1,000 years?
Not really.
Yeah, me either. I would probably say, I would say maybe 150 or even 200, maybe. But 1,000 years? Um, yeah, I would not want to live that long. But 1,000 years, it it would kind of say is near immortality. You know, some scientists had also thought about transfer your mind into a machine, like say download your consciousness into a machine, or like a hologram, or even to a new body or something like that, or even to a robot. But yeah, I would say that's even possible because some of the ideas had actually been hoping to be at least to doing one of these things around 2025 or at least 2020. I don't think it's 2020 went came and went and it never happened. Um, can Star Wars bring Earth into the series? Ooh. Um. Okay, if I would search like Earth on Wikipedia, okay, I can also say this. Um, there's gonna be another live action series on the Star Wars called Ahsoka. It's gonna be based on her, and I do think even Commander Thrawn or Grand Admiral Thrawn will appear in it. It's not sure, but it's possible. He has before he appeared in Star Rebels, he wasn't a canon character, and Thrawn is not even his real name. It is his how to say given name. His name is way longer. Even I can't even pronounce it because he belongs to a species that's called Shiss. They were in fact descendants of humans on their planet. Well, the difference is that their skin is blue and red eyes. If they went on a planet with a higher rich on oxygen, their skin would turn even blue, more blue, like dark blue or something like that. You said Earth in well, um, well, Cody, I can say this. Um, Earth actually appears in about a comic book series of Star Wars Legends in where Han Solo and Chewbacca traveled to Earth, and it actually involves Indiana Jones. But here's the thing: Millennium Falcon crash lands on Earth, and Han Solo is killed by Native Americans, and Chewbacca survives. And since he's already 200 years old, he will live for another 200 years, and he suspect had been two names actually been given: Sasquatch or Bigfoot. So, but that one is non-canon, of course, since Earth is technically not part of this in the galaxy. Um, but I can say that Indiana Jones actually finds the Millennium Falcon in a search of Atlantis, and he finds the remains of Solo sitting in a cockpit with arrows in his chest. Only the skeletal remains. But it would have been amazing if they actually can do that. Some of the planets in the Star Wars universe, someone actually doesn't make no sense in the real life. Like the moon Mustafar, where Anakin had his final battle as well before he became Darth Vader with an Obi-Wan. It doesn't make sense. It cannot exist in real life because that moon was a constant lava flows like Earth when it was in the right after formation. Like it was like a hellish environment. Temperature, it was like active volcanoes almost every you went, and still they could breathe the atmosphere. So it's not possible. Um, but a planet like say Coruscant, um, possible. It depends if you develop the technology for enough for that. So, but since the planet has what 1 trillion people, while Earth is about 8 billion, so we are way off. So, Cody, how have you been doing? Well, that's cool. How's the Beyblade tournaments gone for you? Yeah, can expect that. I mean, don't they expect you to win every single time? Wow, and on this on Sunday? Well, that's cool. Have you got any first place on any so far? So you haven't even got the first place yet. It might happen. Seriously, guys, Trump's nephews.
No! Swedish. Okay, that actually kind of pisses me off.
Sorry.
Oh, come on. If I was the nephew of Trump, I would just hang myself. Dead ass serious. Yikes! Oh, I hate Trump.
Yeah, you're not the only one.
Especially since, like,
Well, could it?
apparently, with that video that had the same, had the heart attack grill thing. Remember that? Well, yes, I just discussed it with Swedish, so I would hope so. Fair point. Apparently, there was another restaurant made by some guy, and he was like in trouble because he wouldn't pay his workers. He was like taking their tips and shit like that. And apparently he got help from Donald take a dump, and Donald take a dump. Yeah, and so Trump on his last day of presidency said, "Hey, here's this guy that lied, and got his way to the top, and now he's on the run. I'm gonna make it so that he's not in trouble anymore because clearly, if I'm a president, I can do that." It's like fucking what's the point?
My God, Trump. As you call it, Donald Trombone.
Exactly, because trombones are usually used for jokes, and he is a joke. Of a president, anyway.
Yeah, his face is a joke. You know what? Since his last name also referred as meaning drum in German, why not just get some literally bones and use that as a drum pins on his head, like.
Yeah, you
I
know
don't
what that
know.
reminded me of?
What?
Fucking that story. I love that game. Yeah. Here's my thing too. Well, there's a lot of names you can give Trump. So sometimes you just want to give Trump a ridiculous name. Exactly. I wonder what Donald Drunk is doing now.
He's probably in jail.
Gets old.
He's probably in jail.
You think so? Nah,
Nah.
people are too. People are. Here's the problem with getting Trump in jail. People are too biased towards him because he was president. That's the only
And-
reason he's not in jail right now.
Another thing about that, even if he would be found guilty over some of the charges, apparently he can still try to be the next president again, run for the presidency. Apparently,
Oh God.
I don't know. Well, that depends. Since book frauds and something like that, bribery. Apparently, that's not even a complete bribery. Before they try to silence this porn star, the porn star isn't even serious enough for even to get him not being allowed to try it again.
Seriously?
But apparently so. At least my dad said that. My dad told me that. But I would not been so sure. But hopefully that
Again, if he
not.
wasn't a politician, they probably wouldn't get kind to him.
I mean, considering how bad Trump had been for everyone, so yeah, I would not be surprised if Trump is gonna be being forbidden to even try, unless he moves away from somewhere, and change his name, doing plastic surgery to alter his face, and return with a new.
Swedish?
Yeah.
There's one problem with plastic surgery.
What?
He's gonna need $1 billion to be able to change his face into something handsome. Actually, change that number. It's gonna be indeed $1 trillion. Actually, wow. Okay.
No.
My God.
You know what? No, wait. I had an even better.
What?
His face. They won't even put. You know what would happen? They would put his ass on his face to be even better looking.
You mean there's a difference?
No, and his face on his butt instead, like replacing it, like, and it's like talking like, "Hey, I'm down here, not on my. Don't look at my butt. Look down here." Okay, this kind of reference to when Stewie Griffin, when he turned this machine, when he was like, is my mouth in my butt? Yep, my mouth in my butt. It's kind of like that. Yeah, well, you know, and how he do it in his face, and like when he was in Simpson and in Family Guy, he appeared to be having sunbathe or having those spray to make the fake sunburn. I think he used that for real to make him look younger. But I don't say this. No matter how much younger, how much youth cream or plastic surgery, you will only look way older than you actually are, Trump. you will look like, I don't know, if you're like a 1,000 years old, because you look like an old, rinky um
Yeah,
bulldog's face.
yeah, he really looks his age. You're just on a Trump roasting spree over here. I'm sorry.
Well, at least
Sometimes I like to make fun of Ronald McTrumpold every now and again. Ronald McTrumpold. That's really good. I like that.
well, at least Roy looks better than him.
Oh yeah, for sure. I can say that. If anybody would look better than Trump, so there you go.
Well, I wonder, like, I mean, there had been some rumors that Trump is wanting to go to, that he officially wants to elect himself, campaign wall, but there also been some discussions if Biden wants to join in this time a second trial. Well, I seriously doubt it. I mean, he's all right now, already in his 70s, so if he did win and he's running his last turn, he would be
How old
in
even
his
is Trump
80s.
anyway?
Well, my dad suggests that they should probably put a law that you can't be older than like 60 years old when as a president. Because if Trump will win again, he probably will end up in a wheelchair by the time of his time as a president is over.
Roy, Trump is 76 years old. Seriously?
76 plus another 4 years, he will be 80 years old.
Yeah, he'll be as old as Biden. No, seriously, because Biden's 80. No, seriously, he's actually 80.
I know what you mean. I know what you mean.
Yikes.
Eesh, that man, Trump. Sometimes I wonder if he even has a brain or not, because he had done such insanity things when he was a president. Well, actually, I would say this: Trump, he wasn't the 45 president at ever. To me, he was never the official president or unofficial. He was just a one who pretended to be a president. I mean, okay. First of all, in the beginning when Trump became into power, I was actually not against Trump at all at first. I mean, I was giving him a chance to prove that he can actually prove to make America great again. And I mean, many candidates or presidents have tried the best to make the country good again or to make it improve it. But I'm always doing this. They're saying that every president that comes into next power, that I'm always give them an opportunity to actually maintain the promises to actually make the country good, better as was before. But
I don't think Trump knows what a promise is.
Well, I mean, okay. I mean, everyone, even when Biden came to power, many people actually looked up to him that he was going to be way better than Trump. But now, tons of people around the United States and assumedly even the rest of the world doesn't even like Biden anymore. And from what I heard, his popular votes is not even as 50 or even 90%. It's like, I think it's almost like in 30%, which is quite low. Even Trump had around 30% shortly during his, I believe, during this second or third year of his time as a president. I mean, I understand that Trump wanted to be a president, and sure, I mean, I always give each single one their opportunity to prove that they can actually do it. But what Trump did in the first year is probably the worst. He banned 7 countries in the world or their citizens to be even travel to America. Those countries had Islamic countries like Islamic or like Arabic cultures, like Saudi Arabia, Iran, Iraq. Any of those countries wasn't allowed to travel to America. But here's another fact. There were in fact two people in from Sweden. One was have a double citizenship. One was who was born in Yemen but lived in Sweden and was a journalist and was going to America, United States to get a journalist prize, a reward, but wasn't even allowed in. The fact that this person was born in Yemen. And the second individual was a young woman. She had been to America before in her childhood, and no problem. She was born in Iran, in the capital. But during the time of when Trump became president, she wanted to go back to his vacation time in America, but she was denied because on her passport it said that her hometown or the birth town was Iran's capital city. But here's the twist: she had been living in America, in Sweden for those 20 years or 20 to 30 years. She was actually adopted and was officially a Swedish citizen. And despite having her birth town on the passport, that was the only that was required. The only that's required to make her not being even allowed in the country. That's crazy. And that is one of the things that Trump did was probably worse. First when he wanted to build the wall, and that's one thing I totally get it. That is one thing I get, that he wants to build a wall to slow down the process of immigrants in the country. I'm not against immigrants, not at all. I just understand that he wants to have it a process to slow down of immigrants illegally, and in a process that everyone do have a chance to get in the country, but just slow it down the process a little bit so that they don't have so many masses of people. Normally, it's say for like maybe 100 or maybe 500 people travel across the border, but when the wall was built, maybe the number was a bit lower. Well, at least they will still have the chance to get in the country, but just to make it more controlled, focused. But having the building the wall, having Mexico stand for the cost of the build they built it, but they had to pay for it. That is the worst anyone ever done. It's like they building a wall against Canada, and Canada had to pay for the wall, but America built it. It's the precise same thing. Or it's like if Sweden were building a wall against Norway, they would be like the same thing. We built the wall, but Norway paid the bill for it. It's the same. The principle is the same. And then Trump wanted to take half of Pentagon's yearly budget so that he could go to to build the wall. And another part of that, he wanted to take the country's emergency funds in order to get to raise the funds for the building the wall. But both the Pentagon's yearly budget and the emergency money was denied. There is only a few of the many things that he did that could have ruined the country's economics way more than that. And then after when he was still as a president on the storming of the Capitolium building in the Capitol, where 5 people died, 1 officer, and despite he apparently turned out he was aware of those events, that he almost like encouraged his followers to do so. And even one other thing that I did mention before, when Trump, every president always goes to Paris to pay respect to those fallen soldiers, like from the First and Second World War. But Trump, he is the only president that I know that refused. Well, except also from that presidents that was from the 1800s, since that was before those world wars. But still, he refused. He made an excuse that he didn't felt well enough or something like that. And one of his own staff actually made a statement that the reason why he didn't want to go, because he didn't want to pay respect to the fallen losers. You heard me right. He called the fallen soldiers from both World Wars and even Vietnam Wars for fallen soldiers as that those one have fought for your country's protection, security, freedom for losers. Calling the fallen soldiers as losers. But how about this? If one of the soldiers actually related to him by blood, and that is like in his mind, those soldiers are losers except for my relative who is a true American hero. If that would have been the case, I would like Trump. The other soldiers are true heroes, but your ancestor or relative is a complete loser like yourself and runs any family. It's it, how dare anyone like it? Even despite he claims it was fake news, but it was one of his own staff who made the statement. And another thing is when he had COVID, he made claim that it felt like, it was like just a normal common flu. Seriously, it's so ridiculous, crazy how that. And when Trump lost the election, he demanded Georgia to recount the votes, which they did. They had the exact same number of votes for Biden as it was the first time. And by law, he had the right to demand a second recount 2 weeks later. And he did. He demanded once again, but it was the exact number of votes for Biden as put out. And in fact, he even threatened to put four states into the Supreme Court for violation or some rigged vote, something like that. There was like Georgia, Pennsylvania, Arizona, and one more that I don't remember. But it was four states. But every one of those never even brought to court because the Supreme Court dismissed every single one. He even threatened to take other states as well, but all of those were dismissed. They were never even brought into the Supreme Court whatsoever. It's just crazy just showing how insanity had in his brain. Oh, sorry, no brain at all. But another thing that happened during his time as a president, while technically this doesn't involve him directly himself, um, there were this rapper ASAP was in Sweden and he attacked one man and he was in custody while Trump he offered to pay his bill so he had to let him out from jail. Well, here's the news. Sweden don't have the same system as America does. So no matter how much Trump was willing to pay 1 million, 10 million, or even $100 million, it wouldn't even have budged. Since we don't even have the same system. And Trump has always been so well, he had done a lot of crazy shit. Was concerned about that. Sorry my language, but it's true. And when his daughter Ivanka, she had her collection that's a clothes designs Nordstrom, a famous American franchise store, was selling it until it was no longer been sold, and that they decided to pull it off from the store floor. Until when Trump found out, he threatened to sue them because they were moving his daughter's collection. I was like, Trump, if her clothes is not even sold, they only take space. So why would you even have that at all? Because if this store's clothing tire takes space, the store is going to be used as a place for something else. And it's crazy that. I mean, you could have even just told your daughter to just make a new clothing designs that they can be sold, rather than just being threatened by a lawsuit. I mean, you guys could agree with that. Like, his daughter could have just made another designs of clothing that he can sold at this franchise stores, rather than just being threatened by a lawsuit. It's just
Yeah.
crazy though. I mean, even if as my dad just told me when I told him this, that it could just be just simply just ignore Trump. But how much things that we do know about this? Even Trump, in one of his books that he wrote, he stated that his family had origin from Sweden. That was turned out his father told him the story. But some years after this book was published, and that turned out that wasn't even the truth. It was actually from Germany, from Karlstadt. But hence the name trumpet or drum in German, what his last name meant actually supposed to be. And I was like, Trump, he had done so many stuff. Even the funny part, though, that Canada, around Christmas when Trump was president, they actually cut out of the scene when Trump actually appeared in this in the movie. So at least that was not a Cato, but Trump had done so many insanity things for us. I mean, when he done for the country, well, they didn't realize how it could actually affect the whole world. I mean, especially the time when when he made a law for 7 countries in the like Iran, Iraq, and other countries, wasn't their citizens was not even allowed to go to US because they're from an Islamic country. That is one of the worst things that he hadn't even predicted. What he didn't know. What were just like the others? What was the complete opposite? What did the countries respond back in that's doing the same thing by kicking out Americans who were in the country, despite if they were military or even they were in their embassy? What if they decide to just kick out, to turn, just force the embassy be shut down and the people had to leave? Even your tourists, everything. It's just been saying Trump has been the worst president, and in fact, he had been in a thorn in our asses for such a long time. And even when he found out that China, they also had a president, but they used to have a 4 mandate times like US, but you can only sit for 2 terms. But they voted to have a full lifetime, and it was accepted. Trump suggests that they should have the same system in the United States, rather from 2 terms for 8 years to lifetime. So if that had happened, he could have still been a president even today. But the only thing is that it isn't that easy. First, you need support from both Congress, Senate, and the U.S. House of Representatives, and basically even others. And because it stands in the Constitution, only 2 terms a president can be. Only one time. Only one president sat for 3 terms. That wasn't during the World War II. But otherwise, Trump, if he had just imagined the time, only the things that he did for his 4 years. But what if it was actually if they had changed that to lifetime? Just imagine how things could have been. I do have a vague memory that yeah, another reference to Kyle's memory though, since well, but Trump actually even pointed out that transgender should have not been allowed to have their own bathroom signs in the military in the armed forces, no matter if there's the Navy, Air Force, or anything like it. And in fact, he even suggests that the transgender should not even been allowed to be served in the armed forces whatsoever, because in his mind, it shouldn't even considered as real people or real gender. Here's the thing, Trump. If this will happen true, if this had happened in the say 60s or 70s, transgender back then may not even have been allowed in the armed forces. And in fact, transgender may not even wasn't really commonly accepted by the society. if you went back even further, like the 40s or 50s, if your son would have been caught, if you caught your son, if like say, if Roy caught his son dressed as a girl back then, or as a transgender back then, and or if anyone could have found their son done it, they would have kicked him out of the house, or even beat him seriously badly, or even worse, sent him to some sort of institution to have his brain, or at least his mindset, to realize what he was doing was the absolute wrong and against God's will. But to these days, this age, it is a perfectly accepted. There are many people around the world. I mean, like some of the world leaders, presidents, either have been a bisexual or even lesbian. Now these days, that's acceptable. But having transgender not been allowed to have their own toilet signs in the armed forces in America, in the military, or even consider them as not even permitted to even to serve the country. Come on, Trump. Are you really that brain dead? What if anyone? What if one of your own kids was a transgender, want to serve the military, and will find out that she or he wasn't even allowed? How would you even explain that to your own kid? Would you even accept that your kid was even a transgender? It's insanity. I mean, Trump was in the beginning. I was giving him opportunity to prove that he could actually make America great, but did he? No. Trump, your sign, make America great. I would say, make you like Trump made America weak. He almost could have ruined the country. And in fact, he even put America in high jeopardy for a very long time. And you know why? Here's the thing. When Obama was still as a president before Trump, he had removed North Korea from the list of countries that supported terrorism. But when Trump became president, he put the same country on the same list again. They even put him back there. And how did North Korea respond when they found out? Well, not good. Not good at all. They responded with only a few words. War, war, war. Potentially. They started developing nuclear weapons, long distance missiles, ballistic missiles that could reach any of the America's territories, like Guam, Hawaii, or even as the mainland. That, or like the mainland, like California, like that, the coastline. Um, possibly, but even perhaps even further in the country. What if they started developing long-range missiles that could even reach as from North Korea all the way to the East Coast, like say bombing New York or like that? It's how the things can turn out. It's not good. Trump had really kind of been. I mean, if that happened, that could actually have led to a World War III, or even worse. Oh, uh, okay. We have someone else here.
Hello. Hello.
Hello.
How you all doing?
Doing good.
That's good. No turn I see, huh?
Yeah, at least game guy Roy had. At least Roy had this a little outburst about Trump as calling Donald
Oh,
Trombone.
you mean
Well, we
Donald
talked about this.
Trump?
Uh,
Yeah, he's the worst.
that's what I meant, but I said trombone because I thought it was funny.
Yeah,
Okay,
I
here's the
think
thing.
Actually, he turned himself in, but he's not going to jail.
well, we did expect that, to be honest. But
Here's something that I want to just point out real quick, just because I don't know if it's that's how it works. If Trump's okay, let's just say for whatever fucking reason, whatever insane person said agreed with Trump's thing where he's like, "Oh, LGBTQ people aren't allowed in war and whatever." If his own daughter went into the war thingy mob, and she turned out to be gay, would she then be kicked out because, or would he be like, "No, my daughter gets this special get out of jail free card because she's my daughter," and obviously it's not the same deal. It's like, does it count that
Yeah.
way or does it not? It's like,
I don't
what I
know.
mean? It's
Yeah.
completely ridiculous.
Honestly, though, I don't even know.
You do make
But
a good point, though. I think it might not.
I really hope that at least one thing. I hope that he is not one being allowed to be put up for try to for a campaign to re-elect himself as a president. It's
But my
also-
dad said he might be our president again.
Also, I'd just like to mention he turned himself in after saying he was innocent. So is
exactly
he innocent?
another
Or is he guilty?
and another thing that Trump did, and another thing that Trump did. This was after he was as a president, though. He took-
What? I'm trying to charge my thing. Sorry, that's my mom.
That's okay though. Trump took 50 boxes from Washington to his private home in Florida, which he wasn't allowed to do. Some of the documents was actually top secret and even contained information of the United States nuclear arsenal, and that shouldn't have
I
allowed to
hear
be
you.
allowed to leak. So
I hear you now.
yeah, that's just so. Even if I really hope that he's not been elected to be once again try to be elected as a president, trust me, it will only ruin the country's. Not only the country will affect it, but the world. It just
You guys are here? Alright. Hold on. God, man. I'm taking a vacation. Sorry, that's my mom. Vacuuming. Yeah, 3 days. I'm taking a vacation. I need one.
question to all of you, especially to those who live in America. Has it been warm enough earlier over there?
Who, me?
Well,
Yeah, if you haven't.
let's see here. It is. I don't know what the temperature is. I have to go grab my phone.
It's hot down here.
For me, it is well, I believe the water is around 50 or 55 degrees ground, but it was not even that sunny weather today. It was just cold, rainy all day. Well, on and off. Is that Blaze as a mermaid? Huh.
Yeah, that's. I'm half mermaid, half,
Look at that.
It's kind of cool though.
Thanks. I found it on Google myself.
It's 66 degrees here.
I don't even know what mine.
Sorry, I was
Well, it's only-
answering
It's-
to each thing.
There's only a few weeks that there will be warmer. Since we're still in April, but when May comes around the corner, it's just only a matter of time before the real summer heat will kick in.
Oh, yeah.
That's gonna be fun. Not.
Jesus. You don't tell me.
Sometimes- I mean, one summer we had here that was like 2018, around 90 or 100 degrees. Oh boy, I don't tell you, it was so damn hot. I
I
could
bet
even
it's gonna be
sleep.
hot.
I mean, I couldn't even sleep at night, despite having a fan on, an AC running. No matter what I did, I was like, can someone please turn turn into winter or kill me. That's what I felt.
Yeah, I heard that.
But
I'm
I
just
don't
trying to
mind summer.
get. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm just trying to
I
get
don't
my
mind.
stuff. You know,
I don't mind
keep.
summer. It's just as long as it gets in too hot.
I
Yeah.
embrace the heat.
In Indonesia, I can sleep with this cold. Well, I mean, I don't mind the summer. It just as long as it doesn't really get too hot though. If the temperature were like I don't know 150 degrees, I
It
like.
never gets that hot here, so
Well, if they will be like that, I'll like I wear my suitcase. I'm moving to South Pole. I'm staying there till like this. The winter is coming.
but how would you know when the winter is coming? It's always winter there.
Easy.
He makes a good point.
Actually, there's a good answer for that. You see, summer times is 6 months of sunlight. In winter, 6 months of darkness.
Is that actually the case? I didn't know that.
Yep. So yeah, but yeah, even though the South Pole or Antarctica, it's not that it doesn't even have any permanent human settlers there. Um, Normally in the summer times it has
Okay.
between 4 or 5,000 people, but they're mostly scientists. But in McMurdo, which is the biggest American outpost or the base, in the summer times it has around 12 to 1,300 people. But in the winter times, with only like a few hundred people. And
Hmm.
and of all the bases in Antarctica, only like say only not every single one is even operational during the whole year. Some are only
What?
for summer, only seasonal in summer times. Others
Sorry.
are year round. Sweden actually has two bases in Antarctica, but they're only there for summer times, not the winter.
Hmm.
You can actually go to the Antarctica, uh, well, as a tourist.
Hmm. Sorry, that's my family. I'm about to go make some more videos. There's a lot there, man. Trust me.
Nice day, brothers.
Mine said love queen.
Huh. I don't mind them.
My name's actually, I call myself queen.
Well, either that or Empress.
Yeah. I would never change my name. I don't know, it's sin if I want to or not.
Oh wait, I had a perfect name for Brownie.
You mean Brony, the
Goof
lion?
Dreamer.
Oh, him.
Goof Dreamer.
Hmm.
Okay, I mean the Goof Dreamer. Well, he's a goofy person, so it's not like an offensive.
Yeah.
So how you been up to though?
Oh, I'm doing good. Just dealing with chaos from yesterday. It's
I don't think you
been
noticed
doing.
that I didn't change the thing back. Well,
Uh,
I kind of changed it.
Brownie, don't worry. I only changed it to Goof after you're a goofy person. You know, a funny person. So no worries.
I don't think you noticed that I changed yours secondly.
yeah.
Oh, I'm general guy now.
I'll
I mean,
be
the better
back. I
you.
gotta do something.
All right.
Okay. Actually, gonna. I kind of like it.
I feel saying maybe the Roy would have been Admiral.
If it says so. Hold on.
Bye, Brony.
I don't even know if I'm spelling that right. I hope I am. Pretty sure I did.
Yep, it is.
I mean, I could get the randomizer up if you feel like it.
Yeah, I don't mind.
That means I'm gonna have to. Because we both know that thing's gonna reflect me, and you know I feel all that. So yeah, it's all right. It's just do whatever. All right. I guess I'll go hang out. Right. Hold on. Let me just get this ready.
Wrong tap again, though, Brony.
No, I just have to set this up. I've already got the game on. Now I just have to get this camera set up. Yeah, that should be fine. Add a little closer. Camera on. A little bit, put it like this. There we go. That looks a lot better. Right. And of course, we can't have Mario 64 without the music. Because the music didn't break me before, so it should be fine. I hope. Or else I might be in big trouble. Yeah, I'll just do this one because it's easier that way. This one's good. Indeed, it is Mario 64. I'm happy you know that, actually. I'll just do 159 because I don't see anything there, so whatevs. Yeah, this is the magical game right here. Basically, it's Mario 64, except everything is just randomized. And when I say everything, I mean like stars, signs, one-up mushrooms, courses. Mario himself, as you can see with his light blue face, he looks beautiful. Looks beautiful. Looks great.
Oh, Mario, you look great.
Yeah, he looks fantastic.
Oh, gosh.
Yeah, I know he looks awesome. I'm gonna have to turn that music up a little bit. Hold on. A little more. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so we got Jolly Roger Bay planned in the castle because obviously when I think the castle, I think Jolly Roger Bay. What do you say? Nothing I'm interested in. I don't think the stars Toads can spawn in until you get a few stars, so. Oh yes, Hazy Base Cave, exactly how I remember it. This is exactly what you spawn. What's this say? Oh. That's actually kind of supposed to... Wait. Immediate star! Right next to me. Huh. Mario's hair is the exact same as his head, which I'm not entirely sure how that works, but okay. What's it say? Wait! 40? What do I need 40 stars for, dude? Mario, you seriously need to stop breaking your arms. Ow. Right. We got the boss thing. What's it say? You must fight with honor. It is against the royal rules to throw the king out of the ring. Alright, so. Let me figure out what my plan of action is. Go down to the basement, I guess. Reacted to the star power, the door that's clearly here slowly opens. Thank you for telling me that. What's this say? Alright, that's just for Jolly Roger Bay. Or not Jolly Roger Bay, that's Hazelmead's Cave. But I do need to defeat you. Because you have a star. Don't ask where a giant eyeball can hide a star in the first place, but... Oh no, it's down the basement. Ugh, fine, whatever. To the basement! I don't remember. I don't know what you're talking about, actually, Brony. You're talking to a guy that can't remember what he ate this morning, so. My memory stinks. Oh, bye, Mario. He's just spinning around. Typical Mario behavior, obviously. Get that second star. Alright, what does he say? Huh. Wiggler dialogue. Thanks, Mario. The castle is recovering its power energy as you retrieve power stars and you chase Bowser right out of here onto some area ahead. That's Toad dialogue, so it's not that interesting. The funniest signs are the ones that you're definitely not supposed to read. Because the signs are randomized too, so... I do the backwards long jump a lot, Brony, so... Oh, here we go. This is the stuff I love.
Well, we have one other here. Our friendly Goldfire.
Yeah, to open the door that leads to the endless stairs, you need 40 stars. Wahaha. It's funnier when it's like something completely ridiculous. Like you need 5 more stars when you have like 10. And it's like 3 stars you actually need.
And Malkalite, you're 2 hours late. Where have you been?
You probably had to do something.
Probably been drinking too much 7-Up. Or he probably was sleeping. Or he was working on those quizzes as always.
Wow, I really did not get that. Alright. I was way too far away. I thought it was a lot closer than it was. Well, I guess objects in Lethal Lava Land are a lot closer than they appear. Because that's clearly how that works. Also, yes, Malachite, I know Mario looks like a grasshopper that found out what the color tan was. But yeah, no one had a seed ready, so I just made one myself, I guess. Alright, what are the red coin colors? Because I'm not sure what they are. I haven't. Black one just went off the edge. Alright. Blue? Alright, I can handle that. 3 so far. So I don't get confused, I guess I'll just say these are light blue and those are normal blue. Because it's oh my god, did I seriously just do that? I shifted the camera too much and then I died. Excellent. Wonderful. Good. Great. I love video games. They're great. Alright, Mario, just perfect swim over to the other side of this. I'm not exactly sure what you call this. Tunnel? It's not really a tunnel. It's more so like a thing. Actually, not exactly sure what this thing is. I don't think the game ever says, so. Alright, I need star 1. Not star 6, because I know I'm going to find star 6 before I find star 1. Because star 1 will open Bowser. Well, one of the Bowsers anyway. There's star 6, but I need to find star 1. At least I know where star 1 is, though, in rapid succession. What's this say? The world inside the clock is so strange. Thank you for telling me that. I haven't even gone to TikTok clock yet, so. Alright. Maybe if I go on top of this submarine, I'll be able to find it easier. Maybe if I get on top of the submarine, I might be able to find it easier, I said. Not realizing this jump is really awkward. I swear to God, it's easier on the other fin. I'm never remembering how to do this wrong. Wait, why am I making this harder for me? You just do this. There we go, much better. Alright. If I were a star, where would I hide? Besides this guy. Let's see. That's star 6. Where's star 1? This is why I don't like Star Paradox. Alright. Oh, there it is. There we go. Silver. I guess silvers could be it, but like, they don't really look like silvers. I guess to be fair, I could have just gotten 6 and moved on, but yeah, I couldn't do that level anyway. I don't have the wing cap. I need the wing cap to do it, so. Why me? Alright. I'll bite. Tiny Huge Island. It is!
Yabe!
That was almost bad.
Piran Huss?
Yeah, don't worry about it. I almost just got eaten by a fish, so. Get out there. There we go. Alright. Let's see the easy star I can get. I guess Koopa the Quick, but what's this say? Thanks to the fire of the stars, life is returning to this castle. Please, Mario, you have to give Bowser the boot. Oh, that's Star Toad dialogue. Look at that. Oh no, this is giving me bad memories from last time I played Tiny Huge Island, and then I couldn't get that star.
Watch out for the balls.
I know. How did I know
There
that
we
was going
go.
to have the star? Problem
That
is
was
I
easy.
have to... Well, no, it wasn't, because now I have to... Oh, there we go. I was going to say, now I have to get it.
That was
I
easy.
remember... Yeah, I remember last time I got that star, I had to triple jump off the warp pipe that was near the fence because it spawned in a weird place, so that was fun. Oh, I hit a wing cap thing while getting the wing cap. Alright, that's wing cap down. I can't go up there yet. Can I go into any other door yet? I can't go to Womps yet. Nope. Oh, I can go in here. Feels like this door is always open. Alright, where's this go? Snowman's Land. Alright, I can remember that. I do love this Bowser thing, though. It's really good. What?
Snow?
It is snow. I don't know why a stained glass picture takes you to a snow world in this, but it's weird. I do want to know what the sign says. Am I glad to see you? You're a sign, so you can't actually see me because you don't have eyes, but okay. I'll
Makes
keep it
sense.
in mind, I guess. I guess it is a Mario game. A lot of things make sense in Mario's world. Where's the...
Damn it.
Sir? I was talking to myself. Where's that star? It's over there, huh? I can get that. Sweet. Yeah, Mario could just triple jump off slopes, which that's definitely not how that actually works, but... Okay, I can remember that. Stage 10 goes to stage 11. Hey,
Damn
I
it.
would like to read, good sir.
Damn it.
Thank you. Alright, what's this say? I've read that before. Actually, yeah, throw me over there so I can see what's in here. Somehow
That
I
was
knew
another-
yes, sir.
That was another easy star.
I know I put it on danger and everything, which usually that means it's harder, but to be fair, my dry world is pretty cramped together, I guess is how I'm gonna put it.
What?
I was telling Brony about Wet Dry World, one of the areas you can get to in this. So, how's everyone doing?
Too good. Just finish on the ships.
Oh, actually, yeah.
And what Goldfire is up to, I have no clue. He's probably busy with something, so that's why he's muted.
Yeah, I wonder if there's gonna be any super duper millionaire after this. Oh, that's the last first one.
Well, I wouldn't even know if it's gonna be any super millionaire. Just, I mean, it's just thinking, I wouldn't even know.
Me neither. 16.
He's alive.
Looks like we can ask him then. Mr. Malachite, are we going to do some super duper millionaire after this?
It's been a while.
Yeah, that's kind of why I'm doing this, because it's been a while since I've done this too, but... Somehow I knew that'd be over there.
Well, turns out Kuva is online.
He never really joins Super Duper Millionaire, but maybe he'll join in the stream or something. I don't know. Did I try to just do that? Oh my god.
There's nothing wrong with doing Super Millionaire, so I don't see what his issue is.
It's just not his cup of tea. Kind of like, I don't know, Star Wars isn't my cup of tea. That is the best comparison I could come up with. I thought it worked.
I mean, he takes part in game show streams that have trivia questions. So what the is the difference?
Good point.
I mean, yeah, you're not wrong, but maybe he just, I don't know. Maybe he just
You know what?
Likes-
That proves that Cole is Canada's biggest chicken.
eh. At least he's less of a chicken than Trump. What? Roy's not. What? Roy left the building, so well, he didn't actually leave the building, but Roy's not here, so I'm
Elvis
gonna have
has
to replace
left
him.
the building.
He's still in the building. He's just not here at the moment.
Okay,
He's downstairs
Elvis,
somewhere.
Okay, let me rephrase. Elvis has left the bedroom.
Did you just call Roy Elvis, by the way?
Yes. I couldn't resist.
Why?
I couldn't
Roy's a
That's a
worse singer than
reference.
me.
I couldn't resist.
Yeah, but as much as I love Roy, even he agrees he's not the best singer in the world.
I don't think Malachite is either.
Well, no one's perfect.
No, true. I mean, I sing bad. Like, really bad.
I think you sound pretty good. Well, from what I've heard of you, anyway.
Seriously, dude, are you trying to hit on me?
No, I'm trying to compliment you.
No. He's trying to play tightrope
Really?
at the moment.
I'm just kidding, dude. I know what you meant.
I know. Where is this last blue coin? I know this is right again. I don't want to do this. With this snow music that definitely does not fit with lava.
It's
back-
no time.
But the background kind of fits. There's
There
the
it
last
is.
coin, but
There it is. To your right.
I know I saw
On
it,
the
but I need more health. There's no way I'm getting that with just one hit left, so. Because the lava does 3 things of damage, and I have 3, so I need more than this. So I'm gonna have to break this box. Well, it did not have what I needed. Is there a heart somewhere? Because I can't get that star. I can't get that coin with the amount of health I have, so I'm gonna have to find some kind of way to restore my health. That doesn't involve me going into lava, because then it just wouldn't work.
Oh, that was risky.
I know.
Too risky.
Too risky.
Super risky.
Alright, this is gonna have to work. This grenade right here.
Knock him down.
That's what I did. There we go. Alright. Now I've got full health. All I have to do is get this stupid coin. I think I can get it if I can, like... No, that's too risky. I was thinking maybe drop down on it, but... Don't worry, I know this game like the back of my hand. I'll be fine. I think. There. All right. Back to the scene of the crime. Now all I had to do is get this coin. There's two problems with this. The coin's too far for it to. Oh, maybe not though. Let me think. What's my plan? Triple jump dive. I don't think that would be able to reach. Long jump. That won't reach either. All right. All right. There's the star.
Go to the land, quick.
Oh, damn it.
And
Damn it.
that's the second problem with them being
That-
on the lava too far.
I was thinking maybe if I could like reach over to the coin, I could take the health and then just bounce back. But oh well. This I can get pretty easily. Okay, well, not from here. Yeah, I'll get back up. Get up on that island. Can I reach? Oh, yeah, that can reach. Nice.
Hey,
Sweet. All right. I guess take me to wherever Shifting Sandland goes. Oh, yes. Shifting Sandland takes me to the Cool Mountain. That makes sense.
Now
go to a
it's
desert
snow
to-
time.
It's rhyme time. Who wants to bet that this is the baby? See, it was right in front of you!
Madam, you need to stay away from kids.
Yeah, you can do that, Miss Coalfire.
Mamma mia! She needs some contact lens. Jeez Louise.
Shut up!
I was referring to the penguin. Not you.
So was I.
Sharp 2.
I don't know.
I was also
I was just-
referring to the Miss Penguin.
But considering that she voted for the what would the penguin version of Trump be? Huh. I don't actually know that. Oh, that's get the bump. I guess. I should have read that sign. Oh, whatever. Bound for snow. Go to Alaska and find yourself a snow Trump. I don't even know what that means. Oh, we found Bowser's. Anyway, I'll just dodge that like a pro. Easy star. Look at that. So good at this game, obviously. I'm pretty sure I already went in this painting, but I guess I'll go back to wherever this goes. No, actually, it doesn't look like I did. It's Roy saying that thing with the Thwomp said here. So I can't do that. Wow, these are a lot easier than I thought they'd be. Huh. What's up?
Nothing much.
Except he's a cuckoo for Cuckoo Pops.
And you're
I-
a meatball from another dimension.
Yeah, I don't deny that.
Which dimension is it? I need to know.
I don't know. Dimension X. Yep, I'm going to end the stream about in a few minutes. That's nearly 2.5 hours.
Well, I can tell you one thing. I'm about to probably complete another one of the quizzes. I've gotten a few more questions on them done, and I've been taking my time back and forth in between that and working on the video game quiz.
What's wrong over there? How could I jump so high when I'm encased in the metal anyway? Ow. Alright, where are the red coins? Green coins, whatever. Ooh, don't do that. Alright. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Alright, I know where the last two are then. Cool. Alright. Now the question is, where's the star gonna spawn? Over there, huh? That sounds so bad, I guess. Alright, that sounds so bad, I guess. Alright, get back up that slope. You can get the last two red, well, next two blue coins, and then we can see where all those are. Wow. All that. Oh, that wasn't so bad. I just had to do a little backtracking.
Yabe, fire.
I should probably end here. Ugh, it's 2.5 hours, so
All right.
Well, this has been an interesting stream for sure. A lot of topic of Star Wars, the new movies that's gonna be up next few years, and a lot of serious talk about Donald Trombone, aka
Yeah.
Donald Trumpet.
AKA Trump the Barbie girl. He's a Barbie girl. A Barbie girl.
aka Donald Idiot.
Yep. Oh,
Well,
okay.
it has been a lot of fun though, and
That it
since
has.
the next time will be tomorrow. Well, see you all the next time. See ya.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.
Ta ta!